What's up, guys? My name's Chris.
My name's Michael.
This is like our road to recovery. So we're gonna talk a bit about ourselves, what this whole thing's about. This is new. Why are we even doing this, bro? Like, why are we doing this?
Well, the main reason is just for accountability. I tried to lose weight so many times over the last 20 years, and every time I try to lose weight, I'm starting from a heavier weight than I was before.
I would probably say exactly the same thing. I've always been on a journey trying to lose weight. From when I was born, I came out tonks, and yeah, it's just history from there. So, but we've decided now we need to get on it, hold ourselves accountable, and we're doing this vlog as a way of showcasing that and also recording everything that we're doing, and you can follow us along the way.
So my name's Michael, I'm 43, which still scares the fuck out of me. We were talking a little bit earlier about like who we are inside our own heads versus kind of who we are in real life. Like in my head, I still feel like I'm 18 to 21 years old, where I could kind of do anything I wanted. I was quick, I could jump, I could play basketball quite a high level, and now I am fat, I am slow, and I can't really jump at all. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things that I want to get back to. I want to match the two. What's in my head versus what I am in reality aren't so different. Now, obviously, I can't be 21 again, but I want to be doing some of the things that I was doing then at a good level. What about you?
So my name's Chris, 36 years old, background playing basketball at a competitive level. I just want to get back there, and similar to what Mike said, in my mind I'm 21, young spring chicken. Now I can barely get off the ground, and when I do, I pretty much injure myself. And so yeah, that would be essentially my goal, is to get back and start playing basketball at a decent level.
So it might be worth like saying that Chris is currently well, we're both currently injured, but Chris fully ruptured his Achilles how long ago now?
8 weeks ago now.
So 8 weeks ago, but he's 6 week post. He had surgery to kind of repair the full rupture.
These are some good drugs.
So he's still in the boot. So that's one of the injuries that he's dealing with. You've also got what's going on. So your shoulder, your knee.
Yeah, man. Excuse my language. So yeah, probably about, I would say 19 months ago, maybe a bit more, I fractured the same foot playing basketball. I was a lot heavier then. And I've got a bad knee. The cap doesn't run in the groove. I think there's a term
so you've got
for
like
it.
patella maltracking, I think is what it is.
And I dislocated my shoulder playing basketball as well. So you're probably thinking like, give this up. But it's what we love. So it's hard to give up something that you love. But yeah, that's a lot of my injuries, and you've got a few current injuries yourself, right?
Yeah, so I've got a partially torn plantar fascia on my left foot, which means that I've not been able to run or really do anything for the last, it's been since summer, so it's been about 6 months. Hopefully, by kind of early January, which is a month away, I'll be able to start training using my feet again. So we used to do sledding every day, squatting, things like that, which I can't do at all. So that's kind of...
You don't like doing squats?
No, I mean, I'm just shit at doing, like, I'm typical Greek, that I ignore leg day.
Just to be wham.
Not really. So, like, the idea back then was that I would be training in the mornings and be playing basketball every night. So I just found it really difficult to train legs and then to go and run in the evening. So whereas now I've got like a 2-day gap, like Friday, Saturday, before playing on Sunday. So I think if I do start doing like the leg press, squats, things like that, those will kind of be confined to like that Friday training session. Whereas we can do plyometrics and kind of the small like quad specific or hamstring specific stuff like throughout the week, like we were doing before. Like, you know, when we were doing like 2 exercises a day.
Piggyback off what he was saying, we got to a point where we were training well. Up until I actually did this injury, I think pretty much what you were saying, I was doing legs, loads of exercises throughout the week, and also 2 running sessions. So we was doing coming up to 3 Mondays, bit of basketball training, Thursdays a basketball run, and then doing Sundays playing basketball for, that was about 2 hours. Probably I did push it a bit too much, and maybe my muscles were tight, and that's probably the reason why.
So usually with Achilles it's like that you're not, so you trained legs on the Saturday, and I don't think you stretched before playing on the Sunday. So it's usually like, I mean, they say that if you stretch properly and warm up properly, you shouldn't get Achilles tears.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those things that I think you might have been a bit delicate because of the heavy. And you were training heavy. So like, what was your squat before? So your maximum squat was
130.
Yeah, and your leg press was what, 3 something?
320, 330.
Yeah. So he was getting to kind of decent levels. Like, you know, you're at what weight? You're about 116 kilograms now.
116 kg now.
So you're approaching kind of like leg pressing 3 times his body weight, which is kind of, you know, that's kind of a good level.
Yeah, it was feeling good. I was feeling strong. Definitely jumping a lot higher as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a frustrating to have a setback. So anyone that has injuries, you'll know what it's like. It's just pretty rubbish.
It's pretty interesting to see someone who's 116 kilos grab rim with both hands on like an asphalt court. It made it look easy, but
yeah, paying the consequences now.
Yeah.
Cool. So when you spoke about mental image of yourself, what would you say your mental image of yourself is like versus reality? Yeah.
Well, we can put up a photo. It's depressing. Of like.
Cue to the photo.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get that ripped again. But it's just we were talking more about like fat percentage. So I think your goals, you had more of like a set weight in mind.
Initially, when I first started doing this training, I was saying I wanted to get down to 17 stone. At that point, I think I was around about 20, coming up to 24 stone. I look like Big Meech. That's what everyone calls me, Big Meech. Now I'm still being called Big Meech, but I like Little Meech.
Yeah, but you're 6'2", so like you're always going to be like, you know, out here you're going to be reasonably big. Yeah, so like I have a little bit of an issue, like I mentioned to Chris, about using a target weight, just because you don't want to be what we call like skinny fat. So I think kind of fat percentage is probably a better way. Keep the muscle that you have and manage to lose fat. That's probably a better way of doing it. So I kind of want to get to less than 18% body fat, and I'm now at 29-30% somewhere there, which is way too much. And you were aiming to kind of, you want to get a 6-pack, don't you? You want to get fully.
Yeah, so it's like stages, I guess. I'm quite close to getting to my 17 stone. I'm around about 18 stone now. I didn't think I'd ever get to 17 stone, I'll be honest with you. That was just like, it's a wish, but I'm actually quite close now. So I think next is me starting to hone down on the body percent fat. And I think I would need to be ripped.
Less than 12%, 13%.
Yeah, so that's the goal.
Yeah, and then kind of maintaining it really, like.
Yeah, like healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, where it's kind of more of like a routine rather than. So what I've done over the last 20 years is that every summer I'll get into some sort of shape, and then the next year when I'm trying to lose weight, I'll start off from a worse position. I don't want to do that again. Like I want to be, once I hit that particular goal, I want to stay within a realistic range. So that's why I think 18% is kind of the upper limit of what I want to be maintaining at in the future. Yeah. Right. So tell me a little bit about like why you're doing this.
For me, it's just about health. Health is wealth, right? Always been competitive in everything that I do, and I've like neglected my health for some reason. Maybe it's just a sign of maturity that now I see that it actually is really, really important. People, it's not about people judging the way you look, but it's more about for myself. I've got a young family. Got to a point where I just decided, more than anything, it's health. Forget, 6-pack, looking good. That's like, I guess, a bit of a...
It's just the ego talk.
That's an ego bonus thing. I don't really care about that, to be honest with you. It's more about me being around for another how many years with my family. So that's why I'm doing it.
Well, for me, it's like, it's more from a mental health point of view.
You want a 6-pack. You want the gas.
I wish. But to be honest, I it's quite easy for me to slip from a mental health point of view if I'm not active. And I find that without really realizing it, my body image will stop me from doing the things I love. Like, so if I'm kind of looking crap, then I'll feel crap, and then I'll stop doing the things that stop that cycle.
Yeah.
So I just want to be active. I want to be able to play basketball. I want to be able to kind of do hiking or go on holidays and kind of do all the things that you can make the most of the holiday, rather than feeling like I'm injured so I can't do those hikes, or I can't go to this kind of thing because I feel a particular way.
Yeah.
So it's just about kind of that mental freedom that you have when you're confident in yourself, really. Mental
health is a big aspect as well, like training. not I'm suffering from mental health, but now that I go gym, when I don't go gym, I do feel low. Yeah. Where before, I wouldn't feel anything. It would just be like just doing the day-to-day stuff. But going gym, I'm sharper, more alert, I've got more energy. All the things that people used to say to me before that I would be like, yeah, whatever. Any sort of fitness actually helps, and I'm sure there's a medical term for why when you go gym do you feel like a lot better than, or any exercise than not. So I think that's a massive element too.
Well, other than like the feeling more confident in yourself, the mental side of things, there's also you release the kind of happy messengers. Like that's one of the benefits of doing physically demanding things is that it releases that kind of the things that make you happy. So dopamine, things like that. So it's just one of those things that we don't think about it that way, but actually it's quite key for my mental health to have like that steady stream of things that are telling me to be happy, and it's amazing what it's done. Like I had a bad run of 6 months where I wasn't really training very much, and since Chris's injury over the last 3 weeks we've been basically going every day apart from maybe 1 or 2 days where we take a rest day, and I can see a difference in the last 3 weeks, which is
100%.
Yeah, it feels silly because now that I'm doing it regularly, I'm like, why wasn't I doing it regularly before?
When I started, like I said, I was 24 stone. I'm now 18 stone, and literally just going every single day, just chipping away, not trying to see results straight away has really kind of got me to the point where I am now. Sometimes people walk past me like, oh my God, it's that, like what happened? Did you like went out or something along those lines? So
Jesus.
Yeah, going too much. I was like you lost a lot of weight, like what's going on? What's the secret? And the secret is it's just like doing a little bit every single day. And I would say a big why for me as well is about the educational side of like food. Being Caribbean, like we just cook way too much. It's a lot of fried food, a lot of dumplings, like it's a lot of tasty food, but you don't really know what we're actually putting in our bodies. So for me, this journey is also about education with food and I forgot the word. What's the word I'm looking for? Nutrition.
Oh, nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah, you can edit that bit out. Food and nutrition.
So Chris is quite funny. He's a bit of a people magnet.